sir.
Stop.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning,
sir.
Areeba.
Yes, sir.
Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
So, Areeba, tell the panel about yourself, your graduation and above academic qualifications,
Okay,
your
sir.
work experience, if you have worked anywhere, and your main hobbies.
Okay, sir. So my name is Areeba Nomaan. It's an Arabic name, and it means wise. So I am from Sultanpur district of Uttar Pradesh, and I've completed my high school in Sultanpur. For class 12th and graduation, I came to Delhi, and I've completed my computer science engineering from Delhi University. So my hobbies are indoor gardening, traveling, and watching socially relevant movies.
So, you mentioned traveling. Now, what kind of traveling you like, Areeba, and where have you traveled last?
Okay, sir. So my last travel was to Sarnath near Banaras.
Sarnath.
Before that, I went to Dharmshala, McLeodganj, and also I trekked to Naddi village and Pangot village in Nainital.
So, basically, you are fond of going to the nature tourism.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, tell me, why do we call India incredible?
Okay. So I think India is one country vast in its geography, which shows the diverse topography, diverse climate, diverse biodiversity. In terms of nature, sir, it's truly incredible. So for example, starting from Ladakh to the deep south Kanyakumari, we will find hundreds of topography and climate and diversity, different kinds of animals, different species. So it's truly an incredible country.
So, this diversity that you have mentioned is only in flora, fauna, or something else also?
So diversity is of actually everything, be it religion, be it caste, subcaste, denominations, economy, everything is diverse in our country, which makes it incredible.
So, you mentioned about climate, and
Yes.
I see in your DAF that you were selected as Earth Ambassador
Yes, sir.
under ICC Action Against Climate Change.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, what is the role that you had? What did you do with this project?
So it was a initiative under UNFCCC, where central universities were selected for awareness program, and I was qualified by rigorous rounds of interviews and my quest for environment. So gardening was my hobby. So I showed them how I make myself and my home sustainable. So on that basis, I was selected. And so we had to organize various camps, small camps in our college, in universities, where I would gather people that how they can initiate gardening, how they can make things sustainable at home.
So, you have heard of the IPCC?
Yes, sir. Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change.
So, recently they have come out with a report.
Yes, sir.
The report, they have mentioned certain things about the coastal cities of India.
Yes, sir.
Do you recall? Have you read the report?
Yes, sir. Sir, if I may recall, sir, it is 1.5 degree global warming report. Sir, it says that by 2100, our cities will be under sea by few centimeters due to sea level rise. And we need to initiate right now because then it will be irreversible.
So, what do you say in the case of, say, Mumbai?
Yes, sir.
If it gets submerged,
Yes, sir.
so should we look for some alternative? What should be a long-term plan?
For Mumbai specifically?
Yes.
The Mumbai, the topography of Mumbai is like there are some islands and highly submerged areas. However, there are a few places are near the land. So, sir, I think we need to holistically find out a way that how we can protect areas which are like Navi Mumbai area, like Lonavala, and the coastal areas, how we can prevent from submerging. For example, sustaining the city. For example, the way of life urban areas are living, making sustainable, making public transport more approachable and integrated. So these way I think we can work for the sustainability of the city.
Areeba, tell me, you are a computer engineer.
Yes, sir.
How has technology helped women for their work environment and for their security?
Okay. So, in recent COVID-19 pandemic, we saw how work from home helped women. The dual burden that the women share at home and at workplace. The harassment that they share at work, home and workplace got reduced with the help of technology. And so for security and safety, I can see, so recently Delhi government launched the buses which has panic button, and almost every public place has such safety guards. So I think technology has helped women. So also 112 initiative of Delhi of India's police, it can help women in just one click. So I think yes, women have been best served by technology.
Thank you, Areeba. I pass on to my esteemed member.
You are aspiring to be a civil servant.
Yes, sir.
IAS is your first priority.
Yes, sir.
In administrative service. So, have you developed a vision that once you become a DM of a district, what kind of changes, what kind of improvements would you bring to your district? Just some sketchy kind of thing you have developed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I think primary education and primary health sector needs to be looked, because these are the foundational sectors upon which a country is built. And so we saw in COVID-19 pandemic how our systems got erupted, how our primary health and education got choked. So I think, sir, we need to come up with new technologies, new solutions at every district, at the local, most local level for primary health and education. And sir, also I am very close to nature and environment. So I think, sir, our cities need to have some solution for in some way to deal with climate change and environment.
Okay, good. Now your optional was sociology.
Yes, sir.
So can you tell me two things which you like about Indian social system and two things which you do not like and you would like to change given the opportunity?
Okay. The very first thing which I like about Indian social system is the syncretic nature of our culture since ancient times. So we gave space for all kind of ideologies to flourish since ancient till today. So I think it's embedded in our social system. So the second thing I feel is the community orientedness in our system. We are less of individualist and more of a community. So we find out solutions together, we live for each other, we respect each other. So these two things I like the most. And the things that I unfortunately that exist in our society is discrimination based on caste and gender. So caste is such a strong ideology that it has got weakened but also stronger in some sense in today's century. And so gender issues we are also much aware that our society has. So these two things are which I don't like.
What is the role of Panchayati Raj institutions in achieving sustainable development goals?
Sustainable development.
Yeah.
The Panchayati Raj system has decentralized development process in all its aspects. So for example, the goal of zero poverty, SDG 1. So Panchayati Raj has enabled small scale industries to come up, SHGs to come up, SHGs to come up. So this way, in totality, so economic mobility, social mobility, geographical mobility and democratization of politics has been made.
Good. Now, do you see economic recovery after COVID second phase or first phase? Now, of course, it has not gone completely, but
Yes,
slightly it has come down. But
Yes, sir.
do you see any economic recovery?
Yes, sir. I see. And sir, also experts say that we had a V-shaped recovery. So
It has. Yeah, you are right.
Yes, sir. So, for example, our agriculture sector did very well in the past years. So, our industries are also flourishing back with around 7% increase in growth in output, according to IIP.
Do you see any role of the government in this economic recovery? Any special schemes and
Yes,
programs which have been initiated by?
Yes, sir. So, the very first example that comes to my mind is Production Linked Incentive Scheme, PLI scheme,
PLI, yes.
which has given a boost to Make in India program and manufacturing sector. And sir, I also can think of MSME sectors. The credit guarantee that the government has given, it has decentralized. Even the rural areas are now flourishing back in terms of industries.
Good. Thank you.
Sir.
Have you heard the term digital discrimination?
Yes, sir. Sir, digital discrimination is a new era discrimination which can be seen through digital divide. And sir, the demography of our country is such that few people are left in this digital world. For example, the old age, for example, the rural areas, and which kind of discriminates against them. So, for example, in COVID pandemic, the rural students, the rural children were left out of education system, while in urban schools, so we had flourishing computer systems. So I see one kind of discrimination in this.
Is it against social justice? How will
Yes, sir, it is against social justice, and that's why government came up with programs like e-Vidya, like Swayam initiatives, where every person can learn through these initiatives, where we can bridge the social divide.
okay? So, what's the difference between multiculturalism and Sanskritization? Both are compatible to each other.
Why, sir?
Multiculturalism and Sanskritization.
Yeah. So multiculturalism says that in one society, multiple cultures flourish. So for example, in India, the culture of Northeast, the culture of Jammu Kashmir, the culture of South India, we exist together and we flourish together. And sir, in Sanskritization, it is a phenomena given by M.N. Srinivas, sociologist thinker of India, that the lower caste in the hierarchy, they imitate or emulate the ways of upper caste to get mobility in the social system. So the mobility can be localized or structural also.
Both are compatible or not, or are against to each other.
So I think they are compatible because multicultural gives place for all the society, for all the strata of the society to come up and coexist. So I think they are compatible.
Both are compatible.
Yes, sir.
Yadav. Okay, Areeba, you told you were the joint secretary in the student council of your college.
Yes,
so during your tenure, what new innovative contribution you have made over there?
Okay, sir.
Which was not done by your seniors? Something new initiative you have taken?
Okay, sir.
What was that?
Sir, I come from a girls' college in Delhi University, and sir, in my college, sport facilities were not there. So I ensured that a badminton court and a gym is there, and also yoga classes were being held. So these were my initiatives as a joint secretary, which were new to the college.
So you also joined the yoga classes?
Yes, sir. I did. So actually, I joined aerobics classes, and yoga. We found an instructor. When we passed out, then it started in its full swing.
Okay, government is too much focusing on this yoga international day and so many things.
Yes,
so do you know, like suppose you are the chief secretary of UP.
Yes, sir.
Let's take a case. You are civil servant. You reached a higher position.
Yes, sir.
So what new initiative you can take up in the yoga apart from everything which is going on? What new you think is lacking we can do?
Okay, sir. So from my personal experience, I wanted to give yoga. I wanted my parents to join yoga classes. But sir, in my city, Sultanpur, there is no yoga class. I found good yoga classes and coaches. There weren't any. So sir, I think I will personalize it and customize it. For example, people with diabetes, people with lifestyle issues like PCOD, thyroid issues. So I will customize it and I will make sure that it is decentralized and online courses are also available. This way, sir, we can decentralize the process for yoga so that everybody can benefit.
Okay, in hobby you have written you watched some social relevant movies.
Yes, sir.
What was the last movie you have watched?
Sir, I watched The Great Indian Kitchen. It's a Kerala-based movie in Malayalam language.
So who was the director of that movie?
I'm not able to recall the name.
Okay, so what you have learned from that movie?
So the movie is about that, sir, we perceive that Kerala is a highly developed society with good developmental indicators. However, the institution of patriarchy exists in institutions of marriage and family. It shows that even highly educated people can practice patriarchy in most minute ways. So in very depth, the movie shows that. So it also shows the issues of women in Sabrimala. So it also highlights the Sabrimala case in a muted aspect. So these were the things.
Which one is your favorite movie? Till now so far you have watched so many movies.
Yes, sir.
Which one is your favorite one?
So my favorite is Manji the Mountain Man. So it shows too many aspects in just one movie. It shows how the vacuum of governance can deprive few sections, how caste system can deprive people from their abilities, how patriarchy can bring in death of a woman. So and it also shows the love aspect. How a person so much in love with the wife can cut whole mountain to make a road.
Okay, my last question.
Yes, sir.
What is, like, you are from Sultanpur.
Yes, sir.
You think what is the topmost problem of Sultanpur? Suggest some solution also for that.
Okay, sir. The topmost problem of Sultanpur right now is the traffic solution. I think is a big issue in Sultanpur because the city is very unorganized. Encroachment is at peak. The basement in shopping malls have been given to business people, and parking, there is no parking area actually. So I think this issue. So for example, in COVID-19, my grandfather had to be admitted in district hospital, but it took 45 minutes in just 3 kilometers. So this is a big issue in Sultanpur. And sir, also one more issue is economic diversification is not there. So I can see in 10 years, the vendor who was standing at the place is still standing at that place. So mobility in economic terms has not happened.
Okay, sir, up to you.
Good afternoon, Areeba.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, carrying the discussion on Uttar Pradesh only,
Yes.
I would like to know your view on population control bill of Uttar Pradesh.
Population control bill. Okay. So Uttar Pradesh government recently proposed this population control bill, in which I'm sorry, I'm not able to recall the exact details.
Okay, no issues. So, are you in favor of two-child policy?
So I don't favor two-child policy because sir, I think in democracy people should have their own ways, and so rather than enforcing from above, it should come from bottom. We should give them the space to think, to take the informed decisions, family planning, education, and health measures, so that people themselves want two-child policy. But sir, if we are imposing, I think it gives a wrong connotation from the government.
Okay. Are you aware of CUET?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell me few merits and demerits of the same.
The CUET is a recently proposed common university entrance test, which will be conducted by NTA for the session 2022. So it has brought central universities under one ambit. So that the merit that I can see is now students from all across India will give one paper, and the cost of applying, for example, sir, earlier universities used to take 1,800 rupees each. Now the form is just of 800, and it will give privilege to the economically weaker sections to apply to at one platform and get access to many universities. And so the second merit is, so now the whole process is divided in 3 sections. Section 1 is language, section 2 is domain specific. So sir, the domain that we want to give the paper for, we only have to give those subjects. So it will give a leveling for all the students. So the demerit that I can see is, so it's just a one-time process. If your day is bad, whole 19 central universities are gone from your side. And so the second is, there is one issue of foreign language. So the section 2 contains foreign language. So we see that in our education system, we have not been taught foreign language. So it will be an added burden on the students.
And don't you think students will not be motivated enough to score well in class 12th examination, and they will spend time in preparation of this entrance test?
So as far as I know, the entrance test will be based on NCERT's class 12. And it has in fact come for reducing this thing that people were now relying on coaching institutes to get the competitive exams done. I think it's a good step in this direction because it is aligned with the syllabus.
Okay. Let's talk about Indian economy.
Yes, sir.
So when do you think India will be able to achieve its target of $5 trillion economy?
So we were on the track to achieve it. So we have already, we are a $2 trillion economy in nominal terms. And so the trajectory that we are showing, the industries that we are seeing, the service sector that we are seeing, and even our agriculture is coming back. I think, sir, the target of 2025, if not met, then certainly by 2030 we can achieve this target.
Okay. I would like to know your view on legalization of cryptocurrency in India. So
cryptocurrency, which is a virtual currency, is a worldwide issue, and countries are taking steps to legalize it, because otherwise it's a undercover market, it's a illegal market going on. So India has proposed taxes also for cryptocurrency made transactions. So sir, I think it will be so the legalization has to come after certain research and development, and so RBI itself is taking this initiative of understanding various pros and cons for the cryptocurrency, and government is also working on its own digital currency. So I think sir, after policy we can legalize it.
Can you tell about the impact of Ukraine-Russia war
Yes, sir.
on India?
It has a multi-dimensional impact. So in terms of economy, a lot of our imports have been choked. So for example, the food inflation that we are seeing right now, it has crossed the 6% barrier. And so the imports of oilseeds, imports of sunflower oil, imports of various grains have been choked. So it is causing inflation in our country. So it also gives opportunity for India. So for example, we have seen that 100 lakh tons of food grains will be supplied world over. So it gives an opportunity also. And it also gives opportunity for India to develop its diplomacy on international platform. As we see that many country delegates are back to back coming to our country, it shows that our stature is rising. And now we mean a very important, we play a center stage in the world today. So this war gives a U-turn to our diplomacy, I guess.
So my last question is, why you wish to join civil services?
Okay, sir. So it has few reasons. So first is, my parents always taught me to dream big, and always taught me that the privileges that you are getting should always go to the lower end of the society. Don't die just for yourself, don't earn just for yourself, give to the society. It is what my grandparents also taught me. So as a kind of a child, I grew like this. So then when I came to Delhi University, I was exposed to various social issues like gender discrimination. So I studied in girls' college. These issues came touching to me, that why in 21st century are we seeing such cases like Nirbhaya? Why is there that issues like caste still prevails? And how can I use my privilege, my education, my skills for the society? So sir, I thought that this will be a best opportunity for my own career development and for the society. So I chose civil service.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, Areeba, we have asked you quite a few questions. The last question that we would like to ask from you would be from the topic of your choice, which you will tell.
Yes, sir. So, indoor gardening and traveling, sir, I can speak on.
Okay. So, you want to speak on traveling again?
So, indoor gardening also.
Okay.
And so,
social forestry
yes, sir.
is not a new concept altogether, but if you want to, what is the advantage of social forestry?
Okay, sir. So, social forestry is an initiative of the government where joint efforts of government and the society comes up in conserving society, in conserving forest resources. So it comes as a livelihood opportunity for the rural areas where they can ally their income with agriculture. For example, they can collect minor forest produce and sell in the market. We have various platforms like TriFed also for this. So social forestry also helps in retaining the soil fertility. So for example, shelter belts, windbreaks in our fields that we have, they have huge impact in conserving soil fertility due to soil and water erosion. Then sir, it also gives breeding ground for biodiversity. So social forestry is one thing that can establish various sustainability in various dimensions.
So you think, Areeba, that your indoor gardening hobby is also aimed towards urban social forestry?
Yes, sir. For sure, sir. And so I think urban forestry is an upcoming thing where we see that Delhi is the most polluted city, where we see that Chennai, Hyderabad, all these cities are grieving under air pollution. I think urban forestry is a solution for the future, where every home should start keeping these air pollution plants. If we can't go outside for park, I think, sir, we should bring nature close to us.
Good. So, Areeba, we close our formal interview now.